It's a danger zone. You in the middle of a war, don't leave your banger home. Sheri.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name is ATM Ray, All Time Media. Our whole purpose is giving a voice out to the voiceless. Okay, so this is the first time All Time Media have met you. Give us a little brief description about yourself.
Well, my name is Sheri Jenkins. I'm 44 years old, and I'm an addict. I'm addicted to the fentanyl that's out here. I got 6 kids. One of them passed, and I have 5 living. 3 of them are in foster care, and I'm out here using, unfortunately, because that's just what I know how to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, all I can say, it's really hard to like stop using this shit. Like, I've been out here for a year and a half. The only good thing I can say is that I've kept my housing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not homeless. So, like, what I do sometimes is like I take some of the people with them to my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You take some of the homeless people to your house?
Yeah, because I know a lot of them, you know, and,
yeah.
And I feel bad for them because they didn't know how to get their housing. You know what I mean? That's just like the one thing that I could say I did good, you know what I mean? Besides like, you know, keeping my life but other than that, like, I want to get help, but it's like every time I say I'm going to get help, I don't, because it's just, the withdrawal is crazy. Like, you know, when you get the sweating and throwing up and your stomach's all fucked up, like, you know, the first thing you want to do is go get high if you can. And like, the good thing about me is that I live in Fox Chase. I don't even live down here. You know, I live in Fox Chase, so I go home. But then there's days that I don't have money that I got to stay out here and live off the samples.
And for those that's not familiar with the area, what's Fox Chase?
Basically, it's like the far northeast. I live off Ron and Bree. You know,
so
I don't
northeast section of Philadelphia, away from a little bit of everything.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I'm away from pretty much a lot. Like, there's no use. There's no, you know, people out there getting high. None of that shit.
It's Sheri, correct?
Yes.
What's your drug of choice?
Honestly, my drug of choice is PCP. I like dippers.
Okay.
That's really what I like to do. But unfortunately, I haven't been doing it because I can't keep up with, like, the fentanyl habit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't date. I don't do dates or none of that shit. Like, but if I have to, I know that I can. You know, unfortunately, like, I have pride issues. I have morals. I don't like, you know, selling my body or none of that shit. You know, I'm kind of selfish. But
So Sheri, has there been a time where you had to do it, like a bad day?
Yeah, there has.
How did that make you feel during the date when that's not something you usually go to?
No, I feel degraded. Like, you know, I'm embarrassed. I don't even enjoy the money that I make. You know, like, you know how you feel. Like, I won't like have sex with anybody, but like I'll do something else, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because I don't.
What's something else, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, think about it. I mean, you can only do one thing or the other, right? You can either give oral or you can, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, I choose not to have sex. I don't want to have sex.
All right, I understand that.
But that's been like something that I don't really choose to do, but I know I could do it. You know what I mean? I know if I need it, I know I could do it. And I won't even do it around here. Like, I'll go somewhere like further where there's people that I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, but, you know.
I'm happy you care enough to not even, you know, you care, you have some type of morals and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, there's other ways that I make money. I get pills that I sell. You know, I get gabs, I get caddies. I was selling my Suboxone because I don't like the way they make me feel. But I stopped doing that because there's no money really in it, you know. For my gabs, I get $40. For my caddies, I get like $25. Like, you know what I mean? And that's not much.
Yeah.
You know, but these people out here, it's just fucked up, you know. Like, I told myself if I ever got like them hoes or I caught myself, you know, really, really fucked up, that I would quit. But, you know, my thing is, I suffer from depression and anxiety and all that other good shit, you know. I'm not really bonded with my family. Like, a lot of these people, like, I've built relationships with, and, you know, I feel really bad for them because they don't got places to go. Like I said, I let them come to my house, but you got to be mindful because they have bad habits. They steal from you. They got bugs. You know, they got all types of shit.
What you mean bugs?
Man, let me tell you something. Right now in my house, I had to call the exterminator because somebody must have brought a bed bug to my house. So I had to, like, get them to, like, exterminate my room because, like, you know, I'm not you know, I don't forget where I come from. I don't
Yeah.
judge the people that are homeless and shit like that. You know, I have a son, and he gets upset that I bring them to my house because of shit like that, you know, because you got to be careful. There's bed bugs. I heard there's body lice. You know, they use your brush and they got lice. You done fucked
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean? And I'm not one to be judgmental when it comes to shit like that. You know, I don't forget where I come from.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I respect that. You never forget where you came from
Mm-mm.
and everything. Is it hard, you know, you living in a better neighborhood and you still have to come to the treacherous streets of Kensington to get the drugs that you need? Is
Yeah.
that hard?
Yeah, it's hard because I don't work right now. The only thing I can say is that since I don't pay rent, like I have housing, my
Okay.
shit is housing. Right now, since I don't have any income, they don't make me pay my rent. So,
Yeah.
you know, I have a good program. They don't bother me. You know, I've been there for 4 years now.
Okay.
And, you know, it makes me feel good, you know, to have somewhere to go every night. You know, that, you know,
Yeah.
these people, some of them don't have that luxury to have
So you one of the blessed ones. You don't gotta be out here. It's getting cold too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But some days I'll be out here for 3-4 days in a row. If
Why
I
is
don't,
that?
sometimes I don't have the
Drugs,
money.
okay.
Yeah, because sometimes I don't have the money to keep up with the habits. So I'll be living off of samples and shit like that. But you got to be careful with the samples too. You know,
Sometimes your family members won't see you for a few days.
I haven't seen my family in a minute. I really haven't.
Is all your kids stuck in the foster care system or what?
Just the 3 little ones.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in foster care. And since I'm having a hard time getting a free phone, I had one, but I don't know what's going on with this free phone situation. But like, I
Yeah.
can't get a hold of my kids because I don't have a phone and I don't have a job, so I can't afford a Metro phone and shit like that.
Stop you from getting a job.
Well, I don't have an ID. They took my purse. Right now, I don't have any identification.
With the addiction you need, with the addiction you have, sorry, correct myself. Is it possible to even work a 9 to 5, knowing that you need the drugs every couple hours?
I've thought about that because I've actually thought about getting a job with this addiction, and I don't know if I can do it. Because you remember, I'm an IV user, so I would have to go to the
So you
bathroom.
shoot up. Okay.
I shoot, and sometimes I can't hit myself.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my head, if I were to like go to the bathroom, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to like, you know, set up and try to, you know, get well.
Yeah.
You know, I try not to use to get like dipped out because, you know, you got to be conscious out here because people will steal from you and, you know, all types of shit.
How did you grow up as a kid, Sheri?
Well, I was bounced around in my family. Like, my mom, she didn't raise me. Like, I was bounced around in the family. Like, so I didn't have a sense of, like, love. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like nobody wanted me. But,
You felt like nobody loved you.
mm-mm.
You didn't have that one family member that showed you genuine love at all?
Well, my grandma did, but I ended up turning like 14 because I was living in Cali. I lived in Cali for 6 years before I came here.
Okay.
So I ran away, and my mom tried to be a mom, and, you know, she ended up kicking me out because I did some dumb shit. I used to go to Frankfurt High School,
Okay.
and she ended up kicking me out, and then, you know, I started running the streets, and that's when I started smoking PCP.
Yeah. How much you think you spend a day on your habits, Sheri?
I mean, at least $20 to $30 a day.
Okay, that's a lot less than a lot of females or males out here. It's females that we interview. They say they spending $200 to $300 a day on their drugs.
I can't afford that.
Yeah.
I just
If you could, would you though? If you could afford that,
I'm pretty sure I would.
Yeah.
Because on days that I have more money, like, I end up using more. You know what I mean? Because I'll smoke, like, I do crack. Like, sometimes I'll smoke crack too.
Yeah.
But mainly it's the dope that, you know, the fentanyl that, you know, has, like, my pockets.
So Sheri, how do you pick the homeless people that you let stay in your crib? Like, do you get a liking to certain people, or you just let people stay?
Well, there's people that you meet, like in, there's people that I've met, like in, because I've done programs, I've done recovery houses and shit like that. Because before I got my housing, I was in a recovery house. You know, you have to have a certain amount of time. And some of these people don't know how to get their housing. I knew how to, you know, work the system. I knew how to do what I needed to do to get my housing.
Yeah.
As far as the people that I do bring to my house, it's people that I've known for a while.
Okay.
I don't just bring but I will admit I have brought random people to my house that I'll meet like the same day.
Yeah.
And
have you ever dated some of the homeless men that?
No.
How's your dating life?
I actually have a boyfriend, but he's locked up, and it's fucked up because ever since he got locked up in February, I've been using again because he don't use IV.
So you was clean for a little bit when you was dealing with him, and then
He got locked up and I relapsed.
You relapsed. Was it from missing him, or was it the typical depression and
The
anxiety?
depression and missing him, because he don't play the streets of Kensington at all. He only goes to where the dippers are. You know, he's a.
Oh, he do the wet.
He only smoked the wet. Yeah.
How did you meet him? Getting high?
Smoking wet.
Smoking wet.
That's how I met him. But now he's locked up, and you know, I just got a letter from him. He thinks I'm out here doing dates and all this shit, but I'm not. I'm really not.
Yeah.
And he don't believe me. He thinks, you know, he's like,
most of the women out here, that's what they do.
That's what they do. Yeah, but see, I'm not. I'll work for my money. Like I know how to fuck around. You know what I mean? I know how to sell my pills. I know how to, you know, I know how to sell my food stamps. That's another thing. I sell my stamps. You know what I mean? So
you sell your food stamps to get high?
Yes, I do. All of them. All of them.
You get hungry sometimes, though?
Yeah, I do. But these people enable us. Like, they give us food all day.
Yeah.
They really do. Like, I've been thinking about it. Like, if you think about it, this is in my opinion. I really feel like this area, yeah, they got the cops and everything out here, but they enable these people to stay comfortable because they give them the shit they need. They fucking feed you nonstop. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got people, and I understand they have good hearts, but what they're doing is they're making it comfortable for people to stay out. I know in my heart that if I was to lose my housing, I would be all right if I was in the street.
Yeah.
I could make it out here, definitely. All day.
All day. Yeah, it's crazy out here, Sheri.
It's crazy, but it's livable. Trust me, they give us tents. I mean, I don't live in a tent, but, you know, I'll stay in one of my friends' tents. It's just so easy for us to stay out here because they feed you, you know, they got people giving you sandwiches and hot meals all the time, every day.
Do men approach you a lot when you're out here, thinking that you're out trying to get dates and stuff?
Absolutely.
How do you stop them from trying to approach you in that matter?
I let them know I don't do shit like that from the rip. A lot of older men, they think I get down like that, but a lot of the people around this neighborhood, they already know, like, I don't do shit like that, so they don't even bother.
How do dealers treat you out here?
They respect me because I carry myself well, you know. Like, I don't, you know, I only go to one spot where I get my shit from, so they know me very well and they don't disrespect me. But I know they be looking at me like, they have to come up to me and they be like, yo, why you using this shit? You know what I mean? You too pretty. A lot of people don't even like you. Like, you didn't even think I use. But yeah, I use.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
I appreciate your honesty. So out of all the drugs that you're obtaining right now, which one run you the best for your money?
What do you mean?
Which one you spend the most money on?
The fentanyl.
The fentanyl.
The fentanyl.
I hear that a lot. I hear the fentanyl is the withdrawals and stuff is very strong.
It's strong, yes it is. I have to at least, that's the first thing I use every day. Like, I have to have a bag in the morning. If I ain't got it, it's a problem.
You're a little older than some of the addicts out here, Sheri. Was you using back in the day when dope was really dope?
Yes, I did.
And what's the difference from today's drugs and the drugs back in the day?
Well, the difference is the shit that they're giving us now is like causing us to have, like, you know, these sores and shit. Like, I've never had like those big holes and shit, but I'm starting to get like, and that's the reason why. Yeah, like a little bit, and they hurt. And I take care of myself. Like, I shower. You know, like if I get them. It's only in my hands because I use in my hands. Yeah. And I try to take care of them. And I'm trying to prevent them from getting any worse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Your boyfriend that's in jail, are you able to hold him down? You know, write him constantly, send money to his books, or, you know, stuff like that? Or is it hard?
Yeah, it's very hard because I could barely take care of myself. Yeah. And he knows not to ask me for no money because I don't have it. Yeah. And I sent him a letter and I let him know, like, look, I'm sorry that, you know, I can't, you know, look out for you, but it is what it is.
So, Sheri, you're withdrawing right now at the moment, right?
Yes, I am.
When the last time you used?
Like 6 this morning.
6 this morning, so it's about that time to use again. What symptoms are you getting currently?
Runny nose. I feel really nauseous. Yeah. You know, shit like that. I'm starting to get like the shakes. And I'll be sweating soon. I'll stop sweating. It's very uncomfortable. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. Yeah. And if push comes to shove, if I got to do what I got to do, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
And what's that?
That means if I got to borrow money, well, first I'll try my options, which is to go to one of my friends if they got something. But if I got to do what I got to do, meaning if I got to do something I really don't want, I might.
Like catching a date and
if
stuff.
I have to, I will.
Yeah. But only when you're sick, basically.
Only if I have no other option. I mean, there has to be no other option. That's like my last resort.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I don't get no kick out of doing that. That's not something I want to do or I'm proud of doing.
Right. Do you get emotional after it's done? Like cry? Feel
I do.
degraded?
Yeah, because who wants to be used, you know?
Yeah.
But I have dealers and I know people that will look out for me. Like, it's not really something I have to do, but like if it comes down to me not seeing one of my friends that have a bag for me or can give me a couple units, I might just have to do that.
So Sheri,
And it's
what's
not
one of
cool,
the?
man.
It's not. Sheri, what's one of the craziest things you've seen out here in Kensington?
The craziest thing?
One of the craziest things, Sheri.
The craziest thing I've ever seen is one of my good friends is a tranny, but she let herself go. It's a he, but you know I refer to her as a she. And we were sitting there, and like I didn't know that she wasn't taking care of her like wound or whatever. And I seen flies on her shit, and I didn't know that it was that bad. And that to me was like the craziest thing I've ever seen, was a person with like flies. Literally, these people would leave these stores, you know, open, and you know the flies will start getting on them, and that shit is disgusting.
And that's one thing I did see, Sheri, that you don't play. You had a Band-Aid on.
Yeah, I definitely do. I keep them covered.
And something I don't see in Kensington, not trying to be funny or nothing, but I never see hand sanitizer. I see you got that on deck.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I see that you care about taking care of yourself out
Absolutely.
here, no matter what addiction you're going through.
Absolutely.
And I want to tip my hat off for you for that.
Thank you.
Hey, what you tell the youth that's getting high, that's doing dates, that's boosting, that's out on the streets? What you tell the kids, Sheri?
I tell the kids, stay away from it. Just say no. Like back in the day, don't even bother. Like even if you start using perks, because I know some of these kids use perks, and they it will lead to that. Because after a while, like I used to pop so many perks, and I never imagined me putting a needle in my arm. Like I always said, I would never do that. And the fact that I'm doing it now, and like I got kids that are in their 20s that have seen me on YouTube, because you got these people recording. You know, you don't want your business out there. You have no privacy. And like, I will admit, this is like the only place I feel comfortable getting high in public, because there's no judgment. You know what I mean? But like, you don't want to be out here. You don't want to find yourself doing the unthinkable just to keep up with your habit, because once you start doing dates, robbing, boosting, like you're putting your freedom at risk. You know what I mean? And doing the dates, you don't know if one of these Dahmer crazy motherfuckers like rape you or something like that. You don't want to do that. You know, if you smoke weed, like, I don't want to say it's okay, because I guess, you know, they say a drug is a drug. But like, stick to what you know. Like, if you're smoking weed, just stay with that. Don't touch this shit, because it's, once you go into it, there's no coming back without treatment. You know, I've been in and out of treatment way too many times, you know, trying to fight this addiction, and it's hard. It's hard.
It is. Sheri, my name is Sheri with All Time Media. I want to say thank you for your time and your courage for speaking out, telling your story.
You're welcome.
Hopefully you can help some people.
I plan on it.
You know, that's either going through what you're going through, or thinking about hitting these streets and using these substances and all of that. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
ATM out. God bless you.
Peace.
Join All Time Media's Patreon for exclusive content and behind the scenes content and face-to-face live video chat. Thank you, guys. The link is in the description below.